News Live.
It's Thursday, October 25th, 2001. Good evening, I'm Pat Grace.
And I'm Susan Onrad. Here's a look at the top stories we'll be bringing you tonight. And also, the Clarion commissioners will be discussing pay raises. We'll tell you who and when.
Also, we'll bring you the latest world events in today's weather. All this and more coming up.
But first, Auditor General Robert Casey Jr. visited Clarion today to campaign for next year's governor election. TV5's own Mark Despotakis was there and is live in the newsroom with what Casey had to say. Mark?
Thank you, that's right. Auditor General Robert Casey was in town today. News Plus. Casey spoke of the upcoming November election, just under 2 weeks away. He talked especially about the race for Pennsylvania Supreme Court, where Kate Ford Elliott has been the target of recent attack acts. Now, of course, Casey will be running for governor in 2002. He's also talking to those attending tonight's dinner about that. I had a chance to speak with Casey just a little bit earlier this morning about his visit to Clarion.
Well, local elections are about a week and a half away. Mark, what did you hear tonight about the local races? Well, we're sorry for the technical difficulties we're working on, and we'll get Mark back to you as soon as we can. Clarion commissioners are considering some pay raises. The commissioners will be considering a pay increase for certified EMS dispatchers. Officials say that the pay increase is still in the discussion stage, but all of the commissioners agree that a reevaluation of wages is necessary. As the days of fall past, the weather becomes
Of the programming was made possible by Fox's Pizza Den. Fox's Pizza Den is located on Old Route 66 in Clarion and offers all-day delivery. Phone 226-5555. That's 226-5555. It is open 7 days a week for your convenience. Phone 226-5555.
Wardrobe for some TV5 news anchors, provided by Fashion Bug, located in the Clarion Mall. Whether you're looking for junior trendy, girls, or fashion for women, they have it all.
with many different styles. Fashion Bug also offers a wide selection of accessories. Fashion Bug is located in the Clarion Mall, just off of Exit 9 of Interstate 80. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. till 9 p.m., and Sunday from noon till 5.
This portion of the program was made possible through a grant from Clarion Hospital. Clarion Hospital is located off of Exit 9 of Interstate 80. Clarion Hospital offers outpatient services, transitional care, as well as an emergency room open around the clock every day of the year. More than 400 employees and 80 physicians work to serve the community. Call the Clarion Hospital at 226-9500. Clarion Hospital, providing health care to Clarion County and surrounding communities since 1954.
Do you want complete coverage of local, state, national, and international news as it happens?
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back.
TV5 News Live for complete coverage of the Clarion area and all with crews from the world. We provide complete coverage of the day's events. With advanced satellite capabilities, TV5 is the latest news as it happens. So tune in every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday evenings for Clarion's very own TV5 News Live.
We apologize for the technical difficulties, folks. It's live TV, stuff like that happens. But we're going to take you now over to Mark Despotakis, who has the coverage on the local elections. Mark.
We're moving on. As I was saying before, Pennsylvania's Auditor General, Robert P. Casey, was in town this evening, and he was at the Clarion Moose Lodge. Casey spoke of the upcoming November election. He talked especially about the race for Pennsylvania Supreme Court, where Kate Ford Elliott has been the target on some attack ads. He was defending Kate Ford Elliott tonight. Now, of course, Casey will be running for governor in 2002. Tonight at the meeting, I did have a chance to talk with Casey about his visit to Clarion. Okay, we're like we said, it's live television. We're still having a little bit of technical difficulties. We'll see if we can't get that from Casey for you in just a second. Let's talk about some other things.
Which I will be. You have to win a primary, and part of that process is getting to communities in Pennsylvania, including Clarion County, that are, and there'll be thousands of people that will vote in that primary.
That was Robert P. Casey, live television that is there for you. Casey was here for the Clarion County Democratic Fall Dinner. Tonight I did get the chance to speak with the chair of the Democratic Party for Clarion County, Jim Barger.
Well, I think that both races are going to be extremely close. Both parties have put up good candidates. There's no doubt about that. But I definitely think that we're going to prevail, and we're going to keep the coroner's seat, and we're going to pick up the sheriff's office.
Jim Barger talking about some of the races here in Clarion County, the coroner's race and the sheriff's race. I'm sure if you've been driving around, you have seen the signs, the Goble and Burn signs around for the coroner's race. We will be covering this election 2001 for you. You can watch all next week for our coverage, as well as on election night, special TV5 News extended election coverage. Live in the newsroom, I'm Mark Despotakis. Back to you.
Thanks, Mark. As the days of fall pass, the weather becomes increasingly unpredictable, with warm and cold days. Today, as high winds blew by, the temperature dropped dramatically. TV5's own Julie Lope was out around town and has the story. Julie?
Clarion goes from one extreme to the next. One day it's warmer, the next day it could be cold and rainy. It leaves local students and residents always wondering, what's it going to be like tomorrow? Students and local residents have gotten used to the weather here in Clarion, but how do they really feel about the extremes?
I think it's very hard to pick out what you're going to wear without going outside first. I hate the way the weather is here. Like one day you have to wear like a shirt, and it's never medium. It's either hot or like so cold in the wind. I feel like I was going to blow away today. Yeah. I'm really not happy with it. I mean, yesterday I was wearing shorts up to Chandler, and now I'm in like winter clothes. So I guess it's just something I have to get used to. Being a freshman, just have to get used to it.
Today there was a high of 53 degrees, while the outlook for the weekend has a chance of rain and possibly snow, leaving everyone's questions still unanswered. What is it going to be like tomorrow? From the newsroom, Julie Lope, TV5 News.
You can't see it? Okay, you're fine.
Coming back.
Clarion's first public bus service is growing more popular. The Clarion Golden Eagle Express has practically tripled its number of riders in the last year. Their goal was 12 riders an hour. That's only 2 more than the tripled number of 10 an hour, up from last September's 3 persons an hour. The transportation system is expecting an increase over time as knowledge of the bus and its schedule becomes more widely known.
Clarion Limestone School Board has approved the purchase of some new equipment. The school's principal attended an auction at Clarion University. There he bought 2 pieces of weightlifting equipment, the equipment between $10,000 and $15,000. However, the high school did purchase the equipment.
State Representative is working to get water lines to Farmington Township. Despite the decision last week to develop water wells in the area, McElhatton is still working with Pennsylvania American Water Company. They are working together to get public water lines to Farmington Township. Stay tuned, we'll have a look at state events coming up.
And also, Stephanie Dugan will be here with a look at tonight's weather.
Through a grant by Fox's Pizza Den. Fox's Pizza Den is located on Old Route 66 in Clarion and offers all-day delivery. Phone 226-5555. That's 226-5555. Fox's Pizza Den is open 7 days a week for your convenience. Phone 226-5555.
Wardrobe for some TV5 news anchors, provided by Fashion Bug, located in the Clarion Mall. Whether you're looking for junior trendy, girls, or fashion for women, they have it all, with many different styles. Fashion Bug also offers wide selection of accessories. Fashion Bug is located in the Clarion Mall, just off of Exit 9 of Interstate 80. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. till 9 p.m., and Sunday from noon till 5.
This portion of the programming was made possible through a grant from Clarion Hospital. Clarion Hospital is located off of Exit 9 of Interstate 80. Clarion Hospital offers outpatient services, transitional care, as well as an emergency room open around the clock every day of the year. More than 400 employees and 80 physicians work to serve the community. Call the Clarion Hospital at 226-9500. Clarion Hospital, providing health care to Clarion County and surrounding communities since 1954.
Do you want complete coverage of local, state, national, and international news as it happens?
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to TV5 News Live.
Then tune in to Clarion's very own TV5 News Live for complete coverage of the Clarion area and our world. TV5 News crews join with crews from the world's news leader, CNN, to provide complete coverage of the day's events. With advanced satellite capabilities, TV5 News can bring you the latest news as it happens. So tune in every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday evenings for Clarion's very own TV5 News Live. This is TV5 News Live.
Welcome back. Taking a look at state news, the Director of Homeland Security, Tom Ridge, has promised to listen to local leaders when it comes to addressing security and public safety concerns. The former Pennsylvania governor has stated that he will rely heavily on input from a newly established organization representing state and local officials, known as the Big Seven. Because the key to Homeland Defense begins with local and state officials, Ridge assured members of the U.S. Conference of Mayors that he will be their advocate in the White House. The director further noted that other government agencies will be reorganized based on contributions within his department.
Somerset and Fayette counties are home to the state's 2 newest wind farms. Up and running as of today, the farms triple the amount of wind-generated energy in Pennsylvania. According to Brent Alderfer, president of Community Energy, the 24 megawatts of new wind energy is enough to power more than 8,000 homes.
Well, there will be something new in the mail next week for the state's all-terrain vehicle owners. The State Department of Conservation and Natural Resources is sending ATV owners license plates in a campaign to reduce illegal riding. All currently registered ATV owners can expect to receive their new plates within the next 3 months.
President Bush is asking children to do their part in the nation's war on terrorism. He wants them to spread the word that U.S. is at war with the terrorists, not Muslims. To do that, he wants school children to choose a pen pal in the Islamic world. The program is called Friendship Through Education. Bush spoke about some of the letters children have written during his visit to a D.C. elementary school.
The Senate has approved a landmark bill that would give more power to law enforcement to track terrorists. The legislation would allow authorities to wiretap suspected terrorists and crack down on suspected money laundering. Despite the expanded powers for law enforcement, senators say the bill balances authority and civil liberties. President Bush says he will sign the bill into law. The House passed the measure Wednesday. Attorney General John Ashcroft says once the bill is signed, he would direct all prosecutors and FBI agents to use their increased power immediately.
Biosweeps of Senate offices continue in Washington. This time outside the Dirksen building, which is where the Senate mailrooms are located, traces of anthrax were found there last week. More anthrax was found in the Hart Senate office building where Senator Tom Daschle's staff opened a tainted letter 10 days ago. A freight elevator several floors away from Senator Daschle's office tested positive for traces of anthrax. A reporter who was in the building, though not in Daschle's office when the letter was opened, is being treated for possible inhalation anthrax.
While as anthrax continues to be discovered throughout the U.S., many Americans have become familiar with the antibiotic Cipro. Sanjay Gupta tells us more about this anthrax fighter.
Cipro, technically called ciprofloxacin, star in the world of drugs. It's the most prescribed of a class of potent antibiotics known as fluoroquinolones. It works so well because it targets the core of bacterial growth, its DNA. News of anthrax attacks have prompted many patients to obtain Cipro prescriptions from their doctors, despite warnings from the FDA and CDC that it should only be given to patients who are actually sick. Fear there may not be enough Cipro to go around has driven the government to demand more for less.
If the government buys the generic drug from generic manufacturers, we'll be able to stockpile twice as much Cipro at half the cost.
Bayer Corporation holds the U.S. patent for ciprofloxacin for 2 more years. Bayer now has agreed to a half-price deal to avoid legislation to buy from generic manufacturers.
Bayer has responded to this demand by increasing the capacity of all elements of our production network, as well as by instituting 24-hour, 7-day-a-week production within our facilities.
Some people are bypassing their doctors and any possible shortages in the United States by buying Cipro in Mexico.
We just want to be prepared in case. I hope we never have to take it.
The government's buying enough Cipro and other antibiotics to treat 12 million people for 2 months. Until now, the price was $1.77 per tablet.
Under the terms of the agreement, which is valued at $95 million, Health and Human Services will pay 95 cents per tablet for a total initial order of 100 million tablets.
The agreement allows for further purchases of Cipro at even lower prices if the need arises. Health officials believe this arrangement, plus the current reserves of Cipro, will be enough. But if they are wrong, there may be other options, perhaps even different types of antibiotics, like penicillin or doxycycline. Dr. Sanjay Gupta, CNN, Atlanta.
Up next, we'll take a look at the attacks in Afghanistan, and also Stephanie Dugan will be here with the weather.
But first, here's a look at tonight's lotto.
I am an American.
I am an American.
I am an American.
I am an American.
I am
an American.
I am an American.
I am American.
I am an American.
I'm an American.
I'm an American.
I am American.
I am an American.
I'm an American.
I am an American.
I am an American.
The tools needed to rebuild lives after a disaster aren't always hammers and nails. The tools needed to give warmth to the homeless. When lives need rebuilding, the Salvation Army knows it takes tools that come from the heart. Donate online or call 1-800-SALARMY.
You'd never know it on the battlefield, but nearly half of today's military are National Guard and reservists. However, they can't answer our nation's call without their employer's support. If you're an employer, visit esgr.org and find out how to do your part. After all, their response depends on yours.
You're watching TV5 with Zeta Tau Alpha.
This is TV5 News Live.
Welcome back. Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld said Thursday that the U.S. might ultimately find that it cannot capture Osama bin Laden. He reportedly told USA Today it would be very difficult to capture or kill the suspected terrorist. Rumsfeld also noted that the U.S. chose not to conduct tests this week of its redesigned anti-ballistic missile system. The administration wants to avoid possible criticism that it is violating the ABM treaty. The tests, which were seen as important after the September 11th terrorist attacks, were to have been conducted Wednesday. Rumsfeld said he doesn't want to do anything that would raise questions about the United States' adherence to the treaty.
We are continuing with many aspects of the very robust test development program. But as I've indicated, there are some things that some people could raise, and I do not want to put the United States in a position of having someone.
U.S. airstrikes targeted more Taliban frontline positions Thursday, but Northern Alliance commanders say the bombardments are still not enough. Chris Burns reports on the latest developments from Afghanistan. Okay, it seems that we have some more technical difficulties. Again, we apologize.